Hey y'all, this is AB on AB, and I am coming to you from the site of Davis Bridge here on the Hatchie River. If you'll look here behind me, you can see that is the Hatchie River. And this was the site of bitter fighting on October 5th, 1862, as General Earl Van Dorn and his Confederate forces retreated from their defeat at Corinth, Mississippi. And General E.O.C. Ord and his Union regiments attacked him, trying to actually keep him from getting across this river and retreating into Mississippi. And so Van Dorn was nearly defeated here, but eventually got across the river, which again you see behind me. And this is the site of where Davis Bridge was. And so this was much of the afternoon fighting here at the Battle for Davis Bridge. And so earlier on in the day, Ord's regiments attacked Van Dorn's brigades at Metamora Hill, and I'm going to go to that site next. This is an incredibly pristine battlefield. There's not a ton of signage out here. It is under the management of the Shiloh National Military Park, so that is promising for future development. There is a sign here at the actual crossing site, but other than that, there's not much out here. It is still much like it would have been in October of 1862. This is another excellent site, small site. If you're in the Jackson, Tennessee area, or if you're at the Shiloh National Military Park, you can run over here and check this out. It won't take you long, but it's well worth the visit, and it's exciting to come out to these different Civil War sites and really get to see them. That's one of the things about many of the Western fields, is that they are still in nearly pristine condition. There's not as much encroachment as you find on the Eastern Theater battlefields, where just growth of cities and towns and things like that have taken over much of the field, and a lot of places have even been completely lost or almost completely lost. Out here in the Western Theater, many of these battlefields are just like they were at the time of the battle. And so if you haven't ventured out west or out to the Western Theater to take a look at some of these Civil War sites, I highly recommend that you do so. I live here in Mississippi, so this is kind of my area to get out here and check it out. I'm close to Vicksburg, and so I don't get to the eastern sites as much. I have to really take long trips to get over there, and I did that earlier back in October. I went to several eastern fields, and I love visiting the eastern fields, Gettysburg, Antietam. Some of those places you just can't, you can't beat for checking them out and for the history and all those things. But these Western fields get largely overlooked, and if you haven't been out here, you got to get out here and check it out. Davis Bridge, small site, not a lot of signage, no markers, things like that. But it's well worth checking out if you are looking at Corinth, the Shiloh campaign. There's a lot of stuff to do in this area. It's the Shiloh battlefield is huge. It's great. It's one of the best fields around. Corinth has some excellent stuff at the Interpretive Center there. But these small sites that I'm visiting today, Davis Bridge, Jackson, which is the Old Salem Cemetery, which I was at this morning. Again, it takes less than half an hour to check that site out. Some of these other places, the battle at Britton Lane, these are small sites, but they're still in great condition, and you need to see them if you consider yourself a Civil War buff.